Hello there and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be trying out the new foundation that I got from Beauty Glazed. If you remember correctly, this foundation is tiny. Like, this looks like a tester foundation. It just looks like the kind of free sample you would get given, if you're going into Selfridges or Harrods. Not that they actually give samples anymore. They're so tight. I remember even up until a year ago when I was asking for that, they wouldn't give you fucking examples. I'm just like, well, how tight are you? It's like if you're asking for a sample of a foundation, it's just if you just ask them, could I have your firstborn child, please? Please, could you empty all of the money in your bank account into my bank account? Please, can I move into your house and take over your bedroom so you have to sleep on the sofa? Do you get that as well? Or is it just me? Maybe it's just like the energy, the vibes I'm giving off to these, beauty counter people. They're just not interested. They're like, no, you can't have a fucking sample. What do you think this is? You have to pay £35 for the bottle on a whim and then take it home. You'll probably end up hating it because we didn't give you a sample. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm a bit salty about the whole sample thing. But anyway, guys, so this is the foundation. I'm just trying to find out how. You get 0.2 fluid ounces. Isn't the average 30 fluid ounces? And they're giving us 0.2 fluid ounces. This best be fucking beautiful for this ridiculous amount. I don't know, why are they selling it in this ridiculous small amount? This cost me £1.44, which I know some people may say, oh well, it's so affordable, so fair enough, they're giving you a small amount. But then I think, no, £1.44 for this. You would probably pay £1.44 for a Estee Lauder foundation, if you're getting this same amount, for amount. You probably end up paying about £1.44 anyway for an Urban Decay foundation. Huda Beauty, Tom Ford even. Probably not Tom Ford, but you get my point. You know what I mean? Charlotte Tilbury. Anyway, so this foundation, I'm just reading the description for. It comes in 6 different shades. So they've had 42 reviews. And out of those 42 reviews, the average is 4.7 out of 5, which actually is quite good. Do you know what I've just missed as well? So the product is £1.44, but you have to pay an additional 57p. I know that wasn't very clear when I said it. An additional 57p for shipping. So it works out to being £2.50. I know my maths is terrible. It's not £2.50. £2.30. Let's just say, probably still wrong, but it doesn't matter. We're moving forward. So this foundation is available in 6 shades. It's a foundation, cream, full coverage, and it says concealer, oil control, soft, easy to wear. I think what we can get from this description is they've just thrown a load of words that are commonly associated with foundation reviews and descriptions, and they've just chucked them at this description. Because actually, to contradict the description on AliExpress, we have the description on the actual product, which claims that it's a medium coverage, poreless matte waterproof foundation. So we've got 2 very different descriptions here. Do you know what I mean? Are we expecting full coverage? Are we expecting medium coverage? We just don't know. So this is a little bit of it's a surprise mystery tour into what is this foundation actually, and why the feck is it sold in such a small amount? And do you know what? Let me tell you this as well. So the £1.44 price is actually a sale price. Its full price is £1.89. So I just feel a bit outraged, if I'm being honest. I just think this is taking the piss. Taking the absolute piss out of us all. But anyway, do you know what? I'm making my mind open in preparation for the review, because I don't want to be a complete dick about this. I know I already am, and I know I definitely will continue to be a dick for the rest of the review, but let's just pretend that I won't be. I have shade 4. I'm just hoping that these shades are not, they don't go from 1 being the lightest up to 6 being the deepest, because I've got shade 4 and I have very fair skin. So that could be a whole calamity in itself. Okay, so this is what shade 4 looks like in the photos. It actually looks quite light, honestly, quite neutral. So I'm hoping it's going to be okay. Like if you look at the pictures of the lady there, I mean, she looks to have much fairer skin than I have. So, okay, guys, without further ado, I'm just going to get stuck right into applying this. I am going to use a beauty sponge to apply today. I'm going to be keeping the foundation on all day, and then I will come back to you when I'm about to wash off the foundation to let you know kind of my thoughts on how it feels, how it wore, and just to give you any points of note. Dude is currently meowing at me because it's lunchtime. Don't worry, dude. I promise I will not be long. Right, guys. So this is what the bottle looks like. I'm surprised you can even see it because it's so small. But it does have the tiniest little pump at the top, which again, I'm having to come really close for because it's fucking tiny. I know, I'm being very dramatic and extra right now, but still. If I can even manage to like pump the pump because she's so tiny. I'm surprised they even make a pump for a bottle this tiny, honestly. Oh yes, of course they do. For sample fecking bottles, they do. Anyway, I'm not going to say any more about the size of the bottle now. I'm just struggling, like no foundation's coming up. I'm pumping, and I'm pumping. And I have pumped less times than this in a full-size bottle, and I've had my foundation appear sooner. I'm just putting that out there, you know what I mean? But I'm still pumping, guys. I am pumping like I've never pumped before. And yet no foundation is coming up. Like, I feel like this is like my workout for the day. It is. I'm pumping. Back to pumping. Oh, there we go. Wow, that took ages for a bottle this small. The product only has to travel up a tiny way. And look how much the bottle is, look how much foundation has actually gone. I wish I took like before photo to actually evidence this, but I think, you know, when I was pumping it, and I'll only know this when I watch the footage back, but I'm sure there was loads of air in the top because can you see how little product we actually have left? And I thought we were giving none to begin with anyway. Anyway, do you know what? I am going to spread this around on the right hand side of my face. And I'm just thinking maybe this foundation is just like super spreadable. Like, I don't know if that's a word, but that would explain why we get such minimal product. Okay, so I mean, it looks nice. I'm liking the look of it. The shade seems perfect. So everything is going well so far on our journey with this tiny foundation. But anyway, so it's looking nice. I mean, I can't deny it. I'm excited by how she's looking. It's covering up all the redness on my face really, really nicely, which is great. And it seems to be applying really, really beautifully with the sponge. I would actually say this is like, I'd say this is a full coverage. My preference is always like light coverage. But yeah, I would actually say this to me, and I know it's subjective, but to me this does look like a full coverage, mainly because it's covered everything, and it's doing a great job of covering the redness. You know, if you compare like this side to this side, I feel like there's a massive difference. Okay, so I've completed the one side of my face, and I have to say I think it looks beautiful. This looks like I've been filtered on Instagram, and this just looks like, well, my regular awful face. So yeah, I do definitely like the look of the foundation. I like the finish. I know it's still kind of wet. It's not really like set, but it does definitely look to have quite a nice kind of natural finish, which I do enjoy because matte just brings out all of my flaws. And you know, a dewy foundation can just make you look very oily. So I feel like this is giving us the best of both worlds right now. It's natural. It has a little bit of like natural kind of glow to it. It's radiating the light. So it's just making my face look, oh, hey Salem girlfriend. So the cats have taken to using my legs as a scratching post, which I don't like. I do not like. But that's what they're doing, and I'm just trying to stop them from doing it. Are you okay, girlfriend? Okay, so anyway, just to let you know as well, that the small amount of product I put on this one side of my sponge has all been used up, so I am regretfully having to go in with a second pump. So there we go, second pump. It's I think that, you know, going at the rate I'm going currently, you would probably only get about 5 applications with that one bottle, unless you just wanted to, I don't know, get a less coveraged face finish. I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, I feel like you know, I've used 2 pumps, maybe 3 with this bottle, and I mean, I've almost used the fucking bottle up. I feel like if you were going to go in with like 2 pumps per side of face, you would probably get about 4 applications with that bottle. Do you know what though? I'm going to just try and be positive for the rest of the video, because I know I've just taken way too long just being a negative Nancy. But I think rightly so, because the bottle is just fucking tiny for the price. Like, why are they shipping over like bottles this big from China? Why? Can you imagine that little bottle coming all the way from China every time? I mean, really. But do you know what? Anyway, I'm going to move away from the size of the bottle. So, guys, this is what we have to work with, and I actually think it looks stunning. Stunning. The shade Perfection. I actually do have some dry patches right now, because I am currently in the middle of a course of Accutane, so I'm particularly dry, just like, you know, down at the sides of my mouth. And yeah, this foundation, like, you can definitely see the dry patches. It's not looking particularly great over like the texture that I have on my chin, and also it's not really like done anything to hide my pores. I feel like you could still really see my pores. I have just tried to avoid like stamping foundation in on this side of my nose, because I do have a bit of an infection going on with my nose ring, so I didn't just want to be like stamping foundation in there. But you can definitely see like the redness that I've got there and how well it's covered everything else. I think it's a beautiful looking foundation. Definitely from afar, up close, like, you can see some issues. I think if you had dry skin and dry patches, it would emphasize that. If you've got lots of pores, again, it wouldn't really hide them that well. But I generally feel that it looks really beautiful, honestly, at this stage. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to finish off the rest of my makeup, and I'll be back to show you the final look. Okay, so I applied my contour along with my blush, and I just wanted to note that I did not set the foundation, because I kind of felt confident that it had actually set itself, and also because I am struggling with dry skin right now, I didn't really want to add any more powder to my face than I needed to. I kind of want everything to be a little bit moist, if that makes sense. So I would say maybe if you've got oily skin, you would be inclined to want to set it, but I certainly didn't feel like I had to. You know, like with other foundations that may be quite oily or you know, very dewy, you may want to add a bit of powder, but I didn't feel I needed to with this. So I think it would really suit kind of drier skin types. I felt like the rest of my makeup went on beautifully. You know, sometimes, especially if you haven't set your face, it can be a bit tough to like get a nice blend with your contour, with your blush, but I feel like everything went on flawlessly, and I really like how everything is looking. And actually, I have to say, my face is looking the best it's looked in a long time. This foundation just has the most beautiful finish. Yes, it is full coverage, but at the same time, it looks very natural. I feel like I am in a filter universe right now, because I cannot deny this looks really good, and the shade is a absolute perfect match, which it never happens. So I'm just self-congratulating myself inside for that, and I am just feeling so like otherworldly, because it never happens. Oh, this looks so beautiful. But as always, when I'm trying out a foundation, I like to show you what the foundation looks like in natural light. The only bit of artificial light I do have today is my ring light, but I've not really got it turned all the way up. It's just kind of there, providing a little soupçon of extra light. So I'm going to put a clip in now of me in front of my window, so that you can actually see the full effect, because I have noticed, like in previous reviews reviews. I've been sat here like singing the praises of how a foundation looks, and then I've gone in front of my window and I've just been like, oh my gosh, this looks absolutely terrible. So I think it's very important we actually observe it in natural light. I'm going to just keep the foundation on, go about my business for the rest of the day, and I will report back to you just before I'm about to take the foundation off. So okay, so I am stood in front of my bedroom window. I am being faced with the full force of daylight. So yeah, I actually think my face looks even better now, honestly, and that never ever happens. I don't have anything negative to say. It looks great, it feels great. It kind of feels invisible on my face. I think Beauty Glazed have really like come up with something super beautiful here, and I can kind of now see why they are selling it in such more bottles. Although, do you know what, I would just prefer that they sold it in larger bottles and just increased the price. Maybe they felt like people wouldn't want to take the gamble if they increased the size of the bottle and then therefore the price. Would I have bought it if it was, say, £15? Probably not. So maybe they just wanted to, like, in a way, provide, like, samples that you pay for to lure you in, to get you to try it. I don't know. But so far, like, I'm loving everything about this foundation. I just think it looks beautiful. I think the only test now will be, like, how does it perform over time? How does it wear long term? So I'm going to go off now, and then I will report back to you at the end of the day. Hello, so I am back. It is now around 7 hours later. I really made a concerted effort to keep this foundation on for as long as I could. I've mostly been working from home today, but I did have to briefly pop out to go and visit one of our sites to check the grip bin had been delivered. Very exciting, but you don't need to know, I know. Anyway, so I just wanted to give you a update on the foundation. I am blown away by it. Like, honestly, I am blown away. I have nothing negative to say. And even all, I mean, okay, right. So I'm still going to say, actually, this is a negative because apparently I just cannot help myself. But I just don't know why they have sold it in. Oh my gosh, girl, you scared me. You've got to stop doing that. You took me by surprise, you did. But yeah, I still don't quite know why they insist on selling it in such a small size. And I do think, well, my only kind of theory on that is that they just maybe thought that, you know, compared to all of their other foundations and the price that they sell those for, why would anyone want to spend maybe like 4 times the price on their new release? And maybe it's just a way to kind of entice people in to try it, and then once they try it, they see how good it is, and then they're hooked, and then eventually Beauty Glazed will start selling it in like a 30 fluid ounce size for like £15-20. I honestly think this is better than the vast majority of foundations that I've ever tried, that I've paid a lot more for. Just like the feel of the, sorry, ow, girl, you're flashing your bum hole and vagina to everybody. You are, I know you want attention, I know you do, girl, but we can't be flashing our bum hole at people, we just can't. Yeah, the foundation feels like so comfortable. Like, I don't even feel like I've got foundation on. And for a foundation that definitely is on the fuller end of the scale, that is quite an achievement. It just feels so comfortable. Like, and I am definitely someone that I don't like the feel of like anything other than moisturizer on my face, because I just feel like, I know I'm a drama queen, but I feel like I'm being constricted. Like, I just feel like claustrophobic. I know, such a drama queen, but I do. I feel like, oh, claustrophobic up in here, like I'm in a cave, I'm in a tunnel, I can't breathe. Because I don't know. What I'm just trying to say is I really like my face today. I like how it looks, I like how it feels. And yeah, I do have really dry skin at the moment, as I alluded to earlier as well. Can you tell I've heard the word alluded. I want to say that as many times as I can in this video, but yes, as I alluded to, I'm having a problem with dry skin, and all the other foundations that I've tried recently have just not worked out for me at all. But oh, this one is a dream. This is a dream. And I'm so happy with it. And I would urge you to give this a go. If you've got dry skin, even if you've got oily skin, if you've got combination skin, if you've got skin that just like pisses you off because one day it's dry and the next day it's oily, which probably is actually combination skin. If you're lucky enough to have normal skin, like what the feck is normal skin? But I don't know, whatever kind of skin you have, even if you're a panda, try this foundation because I really want you to see how good it is. I am so excited about it. I'm so glad that I tried it. I'm not even sad it's so small anymore. Well, I am because I'm going to go through it so quickly. But, I mean, I just feel like it's wrong for me to be critical of this because it's so good. So, I'd also like to so much of it's like 4 times as big. Going with their current pricing, it would maybe be like £8 for something 4 times as big. I'm not going to try and do the maths as to how many potential wares you could get with that because I quite frankly can't be asked. I spent all of last week stressing out, losing sleep, not having an appetite, having diarrhea and heartburn because I was stressing about getting my budgets in for 2022/23. So I'm definitely not going to do any calculations now because I just cannot be asked. But anyway, guys, if you've got any questions or, you know, if there's anything that maybe I've just not touched upon in this video, feel free to let me know. I'm sure there's loads of things I have touched upon that you probably could have done without. But yeah, if there's anything that you just want to know, just let me know in the comments and I will get back to you. It may not be straight away. It could be in a week, maybe 2 weeks time, but I will get back to you, I promise. But that's all there is from me today. So I hope that you've enjoyed the video. I hope that it was informative to you. And I hope to see you in the next one.